Young, and case number 210569680 Houston, Michigan versus Chief Young. Appearance, Mr. Brico.
Judge Miguel Brico, P88279, on behalf of Mr. Young today. My client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives a formal reading of the complaint, stands mute, requests a not guilty plea on his behalf as to both cases, all counts.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea with respect to Mr. Young on both cases. Mr. Brico, on the 2021 case, case number ending in 6801, Judge Jefferson has a remand order as of February 10th of 2022 because he missed his competency evaluation and did not show up for a court hearing. So the court has no jurisdiction nor authority to change that bond. So I will sign a remand order for Mr. Young on that case. With respect to the 2022 case, I'm entertaining bond on that one.
Okay, and Judge, just for my understanding, on the remand case, he will have to take that up with with Judge Jefferson, correct?
Correct. It's not even going to go to a bond redetermination. And also for the court dates on the remand case, it'd be probable cause July 1st, preliminary examination July 8th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Now to the misdemeanor case, bond argument.
Judge, the misdemeanor case on the bond argument, I'd be asking you to grant Mr. Young a personal bond on the matter. You understand that there was some failure to appear in the past. These cases do date back about 4 years and a few months now. To my knowledge, he's indicated in my office no criminal interactions with the system since then until now. A judge at the time, he wasn't in the best state. He has since then overcame a substance abuse issue they had going on at the time. He has gone to mental health treatment. He goes to team wellness for his mental health. He got baptized in 2023. He indicates in my office that he has been clean since these offenses until now. So this is a different person in front of us than was here in 2021. And I think he's deserving of a second chance given that reformation and allowing him to show that he can show up to court for that court date. Judge, I would ask for a personal bond so that when this remand gets converted on his other case, he may leave the jail.
$1,000 personal bond. It looks like, given the age of the case, it looks like the complaining witness is a stepfather. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. No contact with Anthony Love. Pretrial on this misdemeanor matter will be July 2nd in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Young, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions regarding the bond conditions and or court dates for both of your cases?
Yes, sir.
All right, step aside, please.
Black man. Name.
Repeat that, please.
Antoine Taylor.
I got it.
Okay.
You came across either muffled or mumbling, and I may be the microphone here. All right, Mr. Taylor, this is case number 250-579-8801. Houston, Michigan versus Antoine Taylor. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. Taylor, P88379. My client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the formal reading of the complaint, stands mute, requests a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Mr. Brico, why should I not give him a cash bond and an alcohol tether?
Judge, I'd be objecting to the cash bond. The tether, I would leave it at your discretion. Judge, on the cash bond portion of it, I would object. This is a non-assaultive crime to my knowledge. Mr. Taylor doesn't have any assaultive history dating back over 20 years. And to my knowledge, he doesn't have any, the HAP photos that we see.
Let me interrupt you. I agree with you, non-assaultive, but this is his third charge for OWI, and I'm concerned about him being a danger to the community if this behavior continues.
Correct, Judge. That's why I have no objection to an alcohol tether. I would just ask for a personal bond on the matter. I believe an alcohol tether will necessitate what this court is trying to accomplish today, which is keeping the public safe. So if he were to drink, it would be made aware right away, and he would get picked up, Judge. I do have this as an incident date from February. I do have him as a lifelong resident of the city of Detroit, stays at home with his mother. I do have him working home improvement Monday through Friday. I don't believe it is for a company. I believe he does that either for someone else or for himself. I would be asking for personal bond, Judge. No objection to that tether. I'm sure this was discussed with him during the intake. Our goal is to get him out today.
All right, $10,000 personal bond, Mr. Taylor. Two conditions: no driving whatsoever, regardless of the status of your driver's license. No alcohol, and you'll be fitted with an alcohol tether. Is that clear, sir?
Yeah.
Probable cause: July 1st, preliminary examination, July 8th, both in front of Judge Taylor. Please step aside.
Stand on the black line, state your name.
Denarvis Johnson? Is that your name? All right, this is case number 250-565-0801, Houston, Michigan versus Denarvis Johnson.
Judge Miguel Brico, P88379, on behalf of Mr. Johnson, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the full read of the complaint, stands mute, requests that he not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Mr. Brico, given the nature of the offense, although assaultive, doesn't have a criminal history, and it's tied to the community, I'm going to give him a $5,000 personal bond. Probable cause July 1st, preliminary examination July 8th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Please step aside, sir.
Stand on the black line, state your name. Dino Davis.
All right, this is case number 220-560-6301, Houston, Michigan versus Dino Davis. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico, P88379, on behalf of Mr. Davis, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the full reading of the complaint, stands mute, requesting a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Davis. Given the age of this case, this is a 5-year-old case, non-assaultive. Mr. Davis, I want to give you a $1,000 personal bond. No contact with Meredith Russell. Probable cause July 1st, preliminary examination July 8th, both in front of Judge Taylor. Please step aside.
Stand on the black line. Ari Johnson.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Johnson. This is Attorney General case. This is case number 220-574-3101, Houston, Michigan versus Kari Johnson. Parents, please.
Judge Miguel Brico, P88379, on behalf of Mr. Johnson, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the full reading of the complaint, stands mute, requests a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Mr. Brico, can you give me good cause as to why I should give him a personal bond?
Yes, Judge, I do have good cause for why you should give him a personal bond. Mr. Johnson's indicated in my office that he's active participant in his children's lives. He does pay child support every week, indicates to us that's taken from his check. So I really don't have a reason right now or an explanation on what's going on for that failure to pay. He does appear to want to take care of this matter. Judge, he is from Texas. He returned to Michigan specifically to pick up his son. And I believe that's when he was arrested and in front of us today. He does have a job. He works at, I believe this says Nellie's Auction. It's a warehouse. And I believe that's in Texas where he resides. Does have 5 children at the moment, all under the age of 18. Lifelong resident of Michigan, except for the 3 years of Texas in which he resides now, Judge.
What part of Texas does he live?
It's Katy, Texas, K-A-T-Y.
Is that near Dallas?
Well, I'm not sure. Is that near Dallas, Mr. Johnson?
That's near Houston. Houston, Texas.
Houston. All right. My geography is all off. All right. $4,000 personal bond.
Judge, may I?
No contact. One moment. No
Okay.
contact with Kimberly Alvin. May travel back and forth to Texas. Now he has two court dates: July 9th in person in front of Judge Prentice Edwards at the Criminal Justice Center, and July 16th also in front of Judge Edwards. Mr. Oh, this says in person. Okay. All right. Apparently you can zoom in for court dates, but contact the court to make sure. Mr. Johnson, do you have any questions regarding bond conditions and/or court dates?
No, sir.
All right, step aside, please. Okay. I didn't know that. What's your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
John Wilkins. You hear me?
Related to Dominique?
I wish I was.
All right, it's case number 250-582-8001, People State of Michigan versus Deshaun Wilkins. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico, on behalf of Mr. Wilkins, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the form reading the complaint, stands mute, requesting a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Bond argument, Mr. Brico.
Judge, I'm asking for a personal bond on the matter. I do see that that they are all non-assaultive except for the resisting charge, and that comes from the attempted arrest of my client. My client is a lifelong resident of the city of Detroit. I have notes indicating to me that apparently he was just minding his own business when he was approached by these officers, and this is when everything began to happen. If you give me one moment, Judge, I just want to pull a couple lines out that were highlighted for me.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
$10,000 personal bond. Mr. Wilkins, you're not in possession of any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. Probable cause June 30th, preliminary examination July 7th, both in front of Judge Giles. Please step aside. Step aside, Mr. Wilkins.
I think he wanted those court dates one more time, Judge.
Oh. Okay. You got him right.
I got him, and I'm sure the jail will give it to.
Okay. All right, what's your name, sir?
William.
Repeat that.
William.
What?
ITL. William.
William.
Okay. I thought I heard a Julio somewhere. All right. All right, Mr. Williams. This is case number 250-582-8501. Houston, Michigan versus Akel Williams. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico, on behalf of Mr. Williams, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the form of reading the complaint, stands mute, requesting not guilty plea be entered on his behalf. My P number is 88379.
You don't have to repeat your P number.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Okay. All right. The court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Williams. Bond argument, Mr. Brico.
Judge, I'm asking for a personal bond on the matter. I don't believe that Mr. Williams has any prior criminal history, doesn't have any probation, parole, or pending cases going on. I don't have a reason to believe that he won't show up to court in the future. He knows to stay at an alternative address other than where the incident appeared, and he does reside at a different address than the complaining witness. So I believe that we can take care of the safety of the complaining witness, lifelong resident, looking for work at the moment, Judge, 40 years old. We do have only 2 charges here in front of us, with the one of them being the concern of this court, which we can take care of with that no contact alternate address.
How old is a child in common? Mr. Williams, how old is your child with the complaining witness?
I have a 6-year-old daughter.
A 6-year-old daughter?
3-year-old son.
Is there You have 2 children or 1?
I have 2 by her.
Okay. Is there a court order custody order for the 2 children?
No.
Is she in her custody?
Yes, she has custody.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a $10,000 personal bond with the following conditions. While this case is pending, sir, you're not in possession of any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No contact with Adrian Anderson. You cannot go back to the Anglin address. If you want to facilitate any visitation, I don't know what you have an agreement with the complaining witness. It's got to be through another family member or a friend at a neutral location to pick up the children, but not through you. Is that clear, sir? All right, you're not to go back to that address.
I clearly understand, sir.
All right, probable cause, June 30th, criminal examination, July 7th. Both in front of Judge Jack K. Please step aside, sir.
Thank you. What was the personal bond amount, Your Honor?
$10,000 personal bond.
Black line stakes full name.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. What's your name? Antonio Wilson?
Judge, one moment, please.
We're on a roll.
Is it the same thing up yesterday? No, we need to do it today. What's her name? Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Wilson, let's call in case number 25045-50701, Houston, Michigan versus Antonio Wilson. Appearance, please.
Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Judge, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights. Waives the form of reading the complaint, stands mute, requests a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Before we proceed to argument, does he have an alternative place to stay?
Yes, Judge, and he would be requesting a one-time police escort if he's not allowed to return back to the address.
Okay, I'll give him a one-time police escort. How many children does he have in common with the complaining witness?
He has 3 children total. I do not know how many are in common. Mr. Wilson, are all 3 of those children with the same mother?
Can you unmute him, please? Yes. Yeah, I can't hear him though. We gotta make a record. No, I see your lips moving. I just can't hear you, Mr. Wilson. Okay. Mr. Wilson, just nod your head. Just nod your head, yes or no. Is somebody coming to unmute it? Okay. Are they coming today? You don't see a button to press to see that unmute? Lower left-hand corner? Man, that's gonna touch it yet. Okay.
I just heard him.
All right, go ahead with your argument, Mr. Brico.
Judge, I'd be asking for personal bond on the matter. I do have a note here, and I believe you were going to ask my client if he has a custody order in place, because I have a note here that he's the provider for the children and that the complaining witness is cognitively impaired, so that there's a possibility that my client is going to have to take the children with him upon exiting the DDC. I myself do not know about a custody order in place, so when we are able to speak with Mr. Wilson, I would ask that question, because that's what it looks like is going on here.
Well, I don't have a problem with that, so long as he doesn't have any contact with the complaining witness, and any exchange be done through a third party, through a family member or personal friend, if he has to take custody of the kids. He's not to go back to the Ashton address. I will allow a one-time visit for him to do so. No contact with Miss McCathery. He's also not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons while this case is pending. Did I say a $10,000 personal bond? Yes, I did. Okay. And Mr. Brico, did he give you the age range for the children?
Yes, Judge, 14, 9, and 8.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, you're going to get a $10,000 personal bond. Again, no, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No contact with Miss McCathery. Can I go back to the Ashton address? I will allow a one-time visit, so you get your personal belongings. As I indicated before, sir, if you got to get custody of your kids, it's got to be through a third party, facilitate the exchange. You're not to have any contact with that address, nor Miss McCaffrey. Pre-trial be June 30th, in person in front of Judge Austin Garrett. You have any questions regarding the bond and or court date, sir?
I don't.
All right, have a good day. Step aside, please.
Okay.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Hey, good afternoon. Carlin Green.
It's case number 250-582-8401. Houston, Michigan versus Carlin Green. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. Green. My client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives a full reading the complaint, stands mute, requests a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Green. This is a carried a concealed weapon case. In light of the fact of the nature of the offense, lack of criminal history, ties community, Mr. Green, the court will give you a $5,000 personal bond with the following conditions. While this case is pending, sir, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause June 30th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination July 7th in front of Judge Marlena Taylor. Any questions regarding your bond, conditions, and or court date, sir? All right, step aside, please. What's your name, sir? What's your name?
McDonald. You hear me?
Douglas McDonald. Okay. All right. This is case number 250-582-8301. Houston, Michigan versus Douglas McDonald. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. McDonald Jr. My client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives a full reading the complaint, stands mute, respectfully requests that this court enter a not guilty plea as to all counts.
All right. The court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. McDonald. Mr. Brico, I have read and reread the report in this case. It is egregious, particularly if the allegations are true with a pregnant woman. Why shouldn't I give him a cash bond?
Judge, I believe you should not give my client a cash bond because the incident report is only telling one side of the story. I've heard Mr. McDonald Jr.'s side of the story, which I'm not going to reiterate word for word due to the fact that that's going to be litigated later on. I will tell you some things that this court should consider under MCR 6.106. I will tell you some life factors of my client. I will tell you that he has 3 children, is a lifelong resident of the state of Michigan. I will tell you that his prior history dates very long ago. It's been quite some time since he's had any encounters with the criminal justice system. I will tell you that he takes care of his dad with stage 4 cancer. His mother just had a stroke and a heart attack, in which he cares for both of them. The children live with their grandmother, and he states to me that there is an issue with this complaining witness and him and her, showing up at inopportune times and him getting in trouble whenever she shows up, Judge. He is going to be getting a PPO against the complaining witness as soon as he leaves the DDC. He does have his own history of abuse in which he's the victim from her. Whether that's documented or not is neither here nor there, Judge. He does work for a safe moving company. He is 35 years old. I do believe that this court is concerned with the safety of complaining witness. They reside in separate addresses, Judge. There's no reason that they should be talking with each other. He can go through a third party for child custody matters. I would be requesting a personal bond on the matter.
Well, these allegations are very, very serious in terms of it's the assaultive nature of it, the kicking and the nonstop beating, and you couple with the fact that she allegedly is 4 months pregnant. Now, I understand you indicated that there's another side to the story. I'm pretty sure there always is, but as of right now, I do find Mr. McDonald a danger to the complaining witness given these allegations. The court will give him a $50,000 cash surety bond with the following conditions. He's not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No contact with Tiffany Lewis. And no contact with the Shane Street apartment. Be fitted with a GPS tether, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. Bond redetermination will be Tuesday, June 24th, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause June 30th, preliminary examination July 7th, both in front of Judge Jack K. Mr. McDonald, do you have any questions regarding the bond and or court dates? Hearing none, please step aside.
3027, Your Honor.
On what now?
3027.
The court dates, bond redetermination June 24th, probable cause June 30th, preliminary examination July 7th.
Ivory.
All right, Mr. Ivory. It's case number 250-582-8201. People say Michigan versus Bernard Ivory. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. Ivory. My client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives upon reading the complaint, stands mute, requests that this court enter a not guilty plea on his behalf as to all counts.
The court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Ivory. Your bond request?
Judge, I'm requesting personal bond. All the allegations against my client are non-assaultive in nature. He just got his GED. He was arrested on the day of his GED graduation, lifelong resident of the state of Michigan, has one child, 4 years old, has provided us an address in which he lives with his brother, and he himself is only 25 years old. Judge, I would ask for a personal bond.
$20,000 personal bond, Mr. Ivory. While his case is pending, sir, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. Congratulations on getting your GED. Probable cause July 1st, preliminary examination July 8th, both in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Ivory, do you have any questions regarding your bond and or court dates?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Thank you for clearing that up real quick, real fast. Step aside.
I think you're talking to me, Judge.
That's bad. That's even worse, makes it worse.
Stand on the black line, state your name. Stand on the black line.
The other black line. You all right?
Better now.
What is that? Pop pop?
Oh, pop, yeah. You ready? Myself, Bobby.
Yeah, okay. You a grandfather?
I'm a good pop.
All right, what's your name?
Marcello Green.
All right, it's case number 250-582-8101. People City, Michigan versus Marcello Green. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. Green, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the full reading of the complaint, stands mute, requests that this court enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Green, AKA Pop Pop. Given the nature of the charge, carrying a concealed weapon, non-assaultive, no criminal history, and ties to community. Mr. Green, you're given a $5,000 personal bond in this matter. The only condition of the bond is you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause June 30th. Preliminary examination July 7th. June 30th, probable cause in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. July 7th, preliminary examination in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Green, do you have any questions regarding the bond and/or court dates?
I got it, sir.
All right, have a good day. Step aside, please.
And on the black line, state your name.
What's your name?
Take folks.
All right, case number 250-582-8601. People City, Michigan versus Deontay Folks. Parents, please.
Judge Miguel Brico on behalf of Mr. Folks, my client's been advised of his constitutional rights, waives the full reading of the complaint, stands mute, requests that this court enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Folks. Given the nature of the offense, although assaultive, doesn't have a criminal history, appears to have strong ties to community. Mr. Folks, I'm going to give you a $10,000 personal bond. Probable cause July 1st, preliminary examination July 8th, both in front of Judge Taylor. Do you have any questions, Mr. Folks, regarding your bond conditions and/or court date? All right, hearing none, step aside, please. Let's get to the female.
Judge. Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
What?
I thought we had an interview, but we did interview Ms. Jackson.
Yeah, that was the first interview of the morning. All right, DDC. Female side. Oh, here's the last case of the day. Let's make it count. Told you it's gonna be a better day. Hi, Mr. Brico. Ms. Jackson's been interviewed this morning, correct?
I think she was interviewed this afternoon. So I have an interview sheet in front of me and we've spoken to her.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, we're just waiting on, I'm gonna call them in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Yeah, you're welcome.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go. All right, hello, Ms. Jackson. Good afternoon. What's your name, ma'am?
Jackson.
All right, it's case number 250-582-7701. Piece of the Michigan versus Selena Jackson. Appearances, please.
Judge Miguel Brico, on behalf of Ms. Jackson, my client's been advised for constitutional rights, waives a formal reading of the complaint, stands mute, requests that this court enter a not guilty plea on her behalf.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Jackson. Your bond argument, please.
Judge, I'm going to move for a personal bond. I believe Ms. Jackson is one of the clients that we were meant to arraign yesterday. She has been in the DDC since then. A lifelong resident of the city of Detroit, non-assaultive crime in its nature. I would ask for a personal judge.
$10,000 personal bond. Ms. Jackson, one of the conditions of bond, regardless of the status of the driver's license, no driving.
Okay.
Probable cause June 26th, clinical examination strike that July 3rd, both in front of Judge Marlena Taylor. Ms. Jackson, do you have any questions regarding your bond and or court dates?
And the court dates again, Your Honor.
July, strike that June 26th, probable cause, July 3rd, preliminary examination, Judge Marlena Taylor. All right? All right, have a good day. We're done, everybody.
Thank you. See you never
You're
again.
welcome.